Hey, in this video, I'm going to talk about upgrades in your workshop. And you may have been doing it for 40 years, but you should keep an open mind. On a recent episode of the Three Splinters podcast, we discussed about upgrades in the shop. And when you upgrade a new tool, do you throw the old one away? That was the topic. But I thought about it afterwards and I said, what are some of the upgrades in my shop that I've done recently? And that's what I'm going to cover today in this video. So I wrote down some questions, and it's a process in my brain that I have to ask when I'm looking at something and trying something new. Does it speed up my work process? Does it eliminate frustration? Does it eliminate fatigue? And are the results a better quality? So let's get going, and I'm going to start right here. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. These are marking gauges. They have a little cutting wheel at the tip, okay, and you set them at a certain distance. You can use a ruler, or you can just zero them out on a piece you're working with. But this was my first one, and I had to modify this because it would always roll off, and when I set it here, it would just wobble because the cutting wheel was never recessed inside the shoulder here. So what I did afterwards is I bought another one where it is recessed and it had a micro adjust. So my first two worked fantastic. Why would I upgrade? Well, I was at a buddy's shop last fall, and this is a tight marking gauge, cutting gauge by Glenn Drake. I'll have a link below in the description. You get it through Lee Nielsen. And I messed with it at his house. And then Steve, when I saw him at Mark Adams, bought me this. He gave it to me as a gift. This is the best cutting gauge I've ever used, and I'll show you why. There's a certain weight to this. It's perfectly machined. The micro adjust is so easy on this. It's absolutely perfect. So when I first started using this, in my head, I'm going, this is incredible. And yeah, it's the fit and finish. But also, I didn't have to try to figure out the micro adjust. So as I set this up for cutting dovetails, I'm going to take it, and like you always do, you take it like this, and you set it down here for the thickness, and I'm going to lock it here, okay, on the top knob. Now, as I've been using this, I realize what I really like about it. It's the knurling on the knobs, on the micro adjust, because now I can take that and I can dial it in just a hair more where I want it and lock it in. And the registration on this little circular blade, as I'm setting it here and bringing it toward me, just cuts such a perfect line on all the shoulders. It is amazing, and it's wicked sharp. So I got to thank my friend Steve for opening my eyes, but also for giving me this. And I will tell everybody out there, it is a worthy upgrade in your shop, and it is an amazing marking gauge. Hey, if there's something in your shop you use constantly, every weekend or every day in your shop, and you're out and about and you see something and you say, I wonder if that's any better. Keep an open mind. Spend a few bucks to see if it is. Okay, so I did that. There's something I used to use in my shop. It's called a low profile stop. Okay, and this one was made by a company called Veritas in Canada. Okay, and it had these two dogs that moved independently, and I used it on my workbench here, okay, as a planing stop. I would scrape, it lived on my bench. It's great. It's still great, but that's not what I reached for. In almost every SedgeTool video, you see me using these. These are the TSO TDS13s. They say it right here, okay? Look, I have them right here at the end of my bench where my strop is, okay? I have my strop in there, and before I'm chiseling, I just take my chisels out, and I strop the chisel, But earlier in this video, you saw me using it as a stop. And this is what I like about these. I could take these out, bring them right out, set them just like this. If I need to tighten them, it's just a 5mm hex right here, and I can tighten them up, and they work great. I use them on this bench all the time, but also over here on my MFT3, and they're easy to put in and out. And you saw me laying out dovetails with these earlier. Okay, everybody knows I wear this pouch. It's actually named after me, the Sedgeley. And then this is the 3rd generation of the Leather by Dragonfly pouch system. This is called the Wingman, okay? It was designed for those folks who want to hang right here a clip to hang their tape measure on the outside that still use clips. But I use this for something completely different, and I want to show you where. As soon as I know, whether outside or inside, I'm heading up on a ladder, my Wingman is going with me. Not because of a tape measure. There's plenty of storage inside here, and you got magnets to hold things on the outside. But that clip is perfect for my belt hook when I'm working with my impact. And I could just take it like this, and boy, I just love it. So it's simple for me. When I'm in the shop, I have my Sedgeley on. When I'm on a ladder and outside or wherever, and I'm using an impact drill, I have this Wingman on. So everybody has these. They're adjustable wrenches. Okay, I have 2 that I've had forever. Over 25 years, I would say. Okay, and we know how channel locks work. I still call them channel locks. Yes, these are the channel lock brand. They're still great. Okay, but recently I just got these. These are called jokers. Okay, they're self-aligning and self-adjusting. And when I think about where I'm going to use these, I'll show you a killer application. This allows you to effortlessly adjust in tight spots. Okay, so this set comes with 4 of these self-adjusting wrenches, okay? And it has a span of what size nut it will reach. So this one is from 3/8 to 9/32 or 10mm to 7, all the way up to the largest one, which will work on nuts and bolts from 3/4 to 5/8, 16mm to 19mm. And then there's a couple in between. I got this set as a gift from a friend. Thank you, Ali. Okay? And it really opened my mind about where would I use these. Let's find out. You ever assembling something and you have to have 2 parts to hold it, and I always would use an adjustable wrench back here or underneath something, and then I would use a ratchet here, but I had to hold this nut here. This, I just cock back like this, I grab the nut. It's almost like I don't even have to see it. It automatically self-adjusts. Boy, this really speeds up the process. What used to be kind of a pain, now with that self-adjusting feature and locking on solid, perfect. It took the right application to get me to open my mind to these Wera Joker self-adjusting wrenches. They lock on beautifully. This is a new addition to the SedgeTool shop, and those are going away. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay, so here's the old. This is a pair of pliers. It's not your typical pair of pliers because of this end right here. The reason I like this end is because this gets me in tight spots. Yes, you can use it. The serrations are perfect for nuts and bolts. Okay, but when you are in a wicked tight spot, I can grip that bolt or nut or that hex right on the end and take it out of a tight spot. So I just upgraded to a brand that I have switched out a lot of my pliers and cutters. This is called Knipex. They're red. I'll have links in the description below for these, but it has that same end on both these sizes, but it also is adjustable and opens up so much more. So the perfect application for me, and these will live in my pouch when I'm using a domino and doing dry fits. I just open them up. This one's easy, okay? But sometimes they get stuck. And this takes the domino, absolutely perfect, and pulls them out when they're really tight in the mortise. The gripping power and the leverage that you gain with these pliers is phenomenal. So as we're wrapping this up, I've been giving this a lot of thought. What do I do with all of this? This is the old, this is the new. Of course I'm going to keep this because this complements this, right? But what do you do with this? Do you keep it? Do you hold on to it? Do you let it shake, rattle, and roll in a drawer for many years? No. Do what I do. First, I give it away to somebody who needs it. 2, I don't really sell it, but you could. And 3, it's really difficult to throw away. So make sure you give it, pass on your craft, pass on your tools to somebody who could really use them and get them started. Because everything I've covered already, I've used for many, many years, and I'm still happy with them. Okay, so as we always say in the SedgeTool, oh, wait a minute, time for a question. Okay, so this is an easy one, or maybe it's not. All right, I know you've watched to the end. We thank you. So Chris and I have put together a question. What is your favorite all-time movie? So as we always say from the SedgeTool shop, be positive, stay sharp, and we mean wicked sharp.